Yo, Vic, where's the
Hi,
big smile, lady?
here.
Yeah, I can't hear you yet, but I'll be able to hear you in just a second.
No
Get
problem.
folks in there, it'll be about 2 minutes. Good?
Got it. So everybody, hi. I am
We're
here.
all over the place today.
We're all over. I'm in a different situation today. I'm traveling a little bit, so hopefully the lighting's good. I'm near a window. Hopefully that works. So hello, everybody, and welcome to Kim's live stream. Go ahead and go to chat down below. If you see the chat box, click it open. And make sure, promise that you will all listen now and go ahead and set your settings to everyone. Take it off of host and panelists because we do chat here a bunch. And so go ahead, make sure everybody's put it to everyone. Let me know you did that. And as you come in, hi Pam, tell us where you're from. Love to have you guys here from Oregon. You're right next door. I've attempted to move to Oregon from California. Priscilla, good to have you from Colorado, and Lena from Kansas. Carolyn, if you didn't show up, I think I would just cry. North Dakota. And Kathy from South Dakota. You guys have to meet each other. Hi, Kathy. So anybody else, just pop in, make sure your settings are set correctly so Kim doesn't call you out, tell you to do it midstream. And Shantae, good to see you from Alabama. Anastasia, Michigan. And Grace from Virginia so far. So just come on in and say hi. As we get going, I do like to ask this, and some of you have heard it before, but it might have changed since last time I've asked this. What is currently today, not last week or a month ago, the greatest pain in your life in marketing that you wished to God, if there is a God, that if you could overcome that obstacle, it would make your day or your year? You know, a year ago it might have been something, and today it is this. State what you think that is really holding you back. And if you've said it before, but you're still working on it, tell us again, because you never know, this might be your day. And Larry from North Carolina, good to have you. Years ago, I was out there, I almost wanted to move there. It's beautiful, except I couldn't handle the snow. Jane Wallace? Oh, good. Okay, so here's hers, automation and service arms to help. Not sure I get that, but an automation process is what you're saying. And Pam, it used to be hitting on people or making friends with the idea of selling them. Now it's different. Okay, so that's not your biggest obstacle, right, Pam, anymore? So much? So if it's not, tell us what your current one is. Leon, nice to have you. From Las Vegas, nice to have you. And Lena, call to action steps, CTA steps, a real challenge. Christine, from lack of automation. And Carolyn, people not listening, exclamation mark, maybe a lesson for me to get better in listening myself, okay. Virtual assistants, okay. Helping hands to help you, because there's too many, you've got your hands in too many pots. Is that what it is? You're trying to do everything? Who hasn't done that? Anybody else want to reveal? Because you might, you might get some goodie tonight, a bonus treat for revealing from Kim, highlighting something. Blair, good to have you. Attracting qualified prospects that want my solution, my specific solution. Good, Blair. Anybody else want to reveal? See if we have like a main obstacle that keeps popping up over and over. Automation seems to always be what a lot of you guys are talking about. And then attracting qualified prospects, because you just don't want to call out to everybody, correct? That's nothing but a nightmare. We used to do that. Doesn't work. It actually gives you sleepless nights. Anybody else? Let's see. As you come in, please tell me where you're from. And if this is your first time, say my first time. And your greatest obstacle in your mind, because we don't know if it's really true or not, that if you could fix that, you think that you would be off to the races in your business. Anybody else? And I think we're almost set to go. Leon, that's fine. We will have, just so you know, we will have this recording up when it's up, whenever it's edited and up, for about a week. So we let you have it for a week on the house, and then It goes into some kind of an archive, a library, which I think there's a membership for that. So you can get kind of Harvard level MLM business school on the cheap. Oh, Pam, your cat's on your keyboard. I know that. I see that. Kathy, keeping engaged and keeping your customers using the products. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. Automating it and also keeping customers loyal to you. Because if you're just a seller, they can go to Amazon or somewhere else and find a better deal, right? Or eBay or whatever. So that's a good one. Anybody else? I've got a few more joining in. Do go to chat, make sure you're all set with your settings to everyone, not to hosts and panelists, because otherwise only Kim and I will see it. And we want to make sure everybody sees and participates. We are an active group on chat. And if you haven't named your greatest obstacle, feel free to do it. Do so, join in. Priscilla, first time here, thanks for saying that. Biggest obstacle is staying focused. So say more, Priscilla. Is it you're doing too many things that hold your attention or what? I used to do that. How many of you have done that? Doing too many things and then you lose your focus because you really can't multitask very well. Oh, yes. So eliminating is really key, and then deciding what your work hours are. If you have to have work hours, or maybe it's an hour on and then it's 20 minutes off, so you can get up and go to the bathroom and get some water and whatever, and then chunking it down, doing another hour, so you can actually track your time. Or signing up for too many things. Well, let's say I talked to somebody today because I do a lot of phone stuff, and this guy says, I probably have bought in the last year 4 big programs. And I asked, which one have you finished? Guess what he said? None. None. He didn't do any of them. So it's not even time management. It's that no human can consume 4 things at once. And then he forgot the first thing he bought. So he shelved that. And then you're off to the shiny syndrome thing that people talk about. And then he's got that. Oh, which one do I do first? Right? So that seems to be a big problem. Staying focused is sometimes because you have too much on your plate. And then time management, tracking yourself, getting a time management calendar, and actually for 1 week, observe where you're spending your time. How much do you scroll on Facebook, and how much do you do this, and how much exercise are you doing, and how much Netflix are you watching? And then you can see how many hours did you really put into your thinking of your business, and then activities, things that are income producing. And Kathy, prioritizing. So, what's the most urgent thing to do? I better tackle that first. Or when is my energy the highest? Is it in the morning? Is it in the afternoon? And I'm going to do the hardest thing when my energy is highest. Or you can be overthinking. Pam, you just said it. Too much thinking. Too much thinking. So even then you can track, this is my thinking time. I do that in the morning. I read, I think, I journal, and then I come out with, what do I need to focus on today? And then I'm like a racehorse. I think of nothing else. I don't care if the house is on fire. My head's right here, right here, right here. And my kids know that about me now. Don't bother her. She's in the zone. Anybody else? Anything you want to reveal? Because I think entrepreneurs have similar problems. Time management, focusing on too many things, overthinking and doing nothing, right? What else? You talk automation, but really, I think if elimination takes over first, eliminate, then you can get around to automation. Okay, are we about ready to go? I think we are close to that, and we have got a few new people in here. So do tell where you're from and what's your number one obstacle. Not knowing where to begin. Kathy, are you new to whatever you're doing right now? What do you market? Or let me ask it this way. whatever you're marketing now, is it a new thing? Hi, German. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Southern California. Hi. In Carolyn, yeah, I got you. You're not focusing on everybody anymore. You're focusing on the 10s rather than the 2s. Not the window shoppers, but the ones that are a fit. And Kathy, health coaching and essential oils, how long? Brand new? Yes, brand new. How long? Under a month? And how many customers do you have, or people that are helping you, like reps? Okay, I think we're about ready to get the show on the road, but do answer. I'd like to know.
Go ahead and answer.
Yeah, Kathy,
Can you see my screen, my monitor?
I can see it.
Can you see the slides? That's what I mean.
Yes, I can see it. I can see it.
And not the rest of my desktop, right?
No, I can't see your desktop.
Okay, you see the slide on the left. I know that.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep, it looks.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that girl's answer. Go ahead and
Yeah,
answer it.
so oh, good. Okay, so Kathy.
Totally get going. Yeah. No, we're gonna. I've been listening to kind of see where you guys are.
Yeah,
so that I can
you have
exactly,
3 reps. Kathy, you have 3 reps. She's brand new. Do you have any customers, or are they just reps? Reps only, or any customers? She does essential oils.
Okay.
And German's been stuck at the market research. He doesn't know don't know if my own testimonial of constipation is what I want to market. That's cute. Kathy's got 6 customers and 3 reps, and she's new. Not bad for a newbie. All right, I'm gonna hand it over to Kim.
Hang on 1 second, Vic.
All righty.
1 second.
Oh, and Leslie, good to have you back. So concentration, people speak of that. And I always say, well, what do you mean? Where do you lose it? And often I hear that they're trying to do 5 things at once or got too much on the list, right? And tracking your time in your business. If your business is all over the place, look to see where it's leaking. Look to see where it's leaking. And by that, I mean, are you reading too many books on marketing? Are you doing any reaching out? What are you doing? And then eliminate, because your concentration will improve once you eliminate. People and things. Get rid of them. All right.
Yeah. It's not an easy thing to do. I'll tell you that. And
oh my God, no.
It's not easy at all. All right.
So Leslie, you need to eliminate. So why don't you, before Kim gets going, determine what you might eliminate, maybe the easiest things for a couple of days. So I don't really need that. And I'm going to shut off Netflix. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And start taking note of some of those things. And I know how hard that is. I'm a human, just like you guys. The distractions are numerous.
Okay. Are you able to hear me okay? Can you hear me, Vic?
Clear.
Yeah, because I've just got the microphone, everything set up. I wanted to get a couple extra things for you guys. So I have done that. And you can see now, you can see the, well, let me get the camera working here. Hang on. 1 second. Well, I hope I can make the camera work. Let's see here. There. Am I good?
Yeah. That's
All right. Looking kind of pink, but I'm really not pink. I don't know what color I am.
Out on that beach today.
Yeah, it's like, right? You were out there on that beach too long.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you can hear well, right?
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just want to check I have my stuff working. So let me just tell you something that's really hard for everybody. Vic and I have been doing this for 30 years, I guess, being in business for ourselves. I think most of our lives, owning stuff, being in business for ourselves. And I can tell you really that probably the hardest thing in the world is to focus. I think, when Bill Gates was asked and Warren Buffett were asked, guys that are really extraordinarily wealthy and have so much money, they said the number one thing that they attribute their success to is that they could focus. That means Steve Jobs called focus not what you focus on. No. You know what he said focus was? Focus is what you decide not to do, what you decide not to pay attention to. So some of you right now are probably flicking on, I don't know, Facebook or the news to see what's happening with the Ukraine or what's happening with other stuff. That is very human, but it also is the reason that most humans have no money. If you're worried, you're mad about being poor, you don't have any money, you're eating crap food, your kids aren't doing anything, you're out of control, shut everything off. Pay attention to one thing at a time. You're here now. Give yourself the thrill of shutting everything off, not because I'm so great, because it's great for you. You could be looking at anybody and stop everything else. Tune in so you can get something out of it, whoever it is that's offering you information on the house to help you, right? Because we don't have to do this. We just like growing our business. And I see hundreds and thousands of professional women and men who don't know how to build this business. Top salespeople from IBM, top salespeople from other companies that say, my God, how do you do this? And there are some really weird things. But before you get to the weird things, if you cannot shut off the noise, that is, stop yourself from looking at everything, having your phones, turn it off, unless you're on the phone right here. Shut it off, shut off everything. That is 99% of the problem that most people have, especially today. They can't let go of anything. TikTok and blah, blah, blah. How many here people will say, yes, I will tune in for at least 20 minutes and not do anything else, so you can see what there is that you might get out of this? Let's see. Let me see who's saying yes to this. Who's saying yes to this? All right. We have our regular, especially new people. I'd like you to have the thrill. We bang on our people all the time. We're really, I build a network marketing company every 4 to 5 years. Why? Because I want to see if I can still do it. We've done it from belly to belly in 1990 to Facebook and messaging. And we haven't done one for 4 years, 4.5 years, I think. And then we started one experimental team. And Vic is signing up people at the top of the pay plan almost every single day of the week, sometimes 2 or 3 in one day. Do you want to be able to do that with your people? Tell me yes or no. And customers. How many people would like to know how to do that? Right? And how many people think that we can do that if we just listen to her, Vicky and Kim now, and then 20 minutes after, or we can also pay them like 25 grand or 30 grand. And then the next day we're going to be able to do this. How many of you believe that? Let me just see, because sometimes our minds trick us, No. Paying us 25 grand today will not mean tomorrow you can do this. Who understands this? See, if you think paying money, you pay money to Harvard. Does that mean you got through 4 years of school? No. You have to do the process. You can pay them 100 grand if you want, but if you don't go through the 4 years, you won't be any different than you were before, except you'll be out 100 grand. Do y'all see that? Are you willing to actually learn how to do it, so that when you learn what move to make, you've got 2 or 3 people you can sign up every day, but you have to learn it first, and then you have to practice it. Who would like to? And practicing is a bore. Ask Arnold Schwarzenegger, who used to be the big bodybuilder. It was a bore. All they did is live for 2 or 3 bodybuilds per year, the big contests that they had. And that's all anybody saw. They, oh man, he is so sexy or whatever. If you love him, right? He's so cool. Look at his hot bod. But the rest of the year, every day, 2 to 3 hours a day or 4, they're in the gym doing the boring reps. We call them the reps. And if you won't do those to learn how to sign up 2 or 3 people a day like Vic here does, then you can throw all the money at us you want and it won't make any difference. Do you see that? You have to become somebody who has muscles, and they don't come by paying money or watching the gym guy do it or watching us do it. You see that? Who's willing to learn and practice if you knew that what you're practicing is going to get you to be really, really good? Let me see. Who says yes? Yeah. You got to practice, and it's boring. Just, it's boring. But if you don't become a good practicer, you'll never make it to the Olympics. All right, you ready to go? So why people cannot build, especially professional women, because that's who we are. We got quite good at it after I found this one thing out. I'll tell you what it is later. It's not important today, but it's there. You ready to go? Everybody ready? Got your notebook? Have you got your other stuff shut off? Your other, whatever it is that might be distracting you? Because this is lesson 1. If you can't focus, don't give anybody your money, because you won't pick up the course even, much less do more than one video. And then you'll complain, well, I still am not rich, right? Have we got this? Rich making skills, learning how to do it, they're just the same as muscles. If you don't do the reps, right? Remember this? Reps, only for the mind. All right, here we go. What's the reason? All right, everybody quick, get out a piece of paper. Tell me you've got it. Vic, tell them, watch the folks, make sure, let's see who does this. See who we have that really wants to make some money. It's not just a bag of air.
Priscilla got it first. She's on.
All right, you got your lane. All right, lady, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have 2 lines. What do you want to earn with your business in the next 12 months? Now, here's where to put this on this line. What do you want to earn in the next 12 months with your business? Okay, so have the number. Here's where you're going to put it. You put that like a couple of spaces above the line. You see that? And you can put it in here too if you want. Okay. Hey, Christine. Welcome to the club. Glad to see you. And German. Say you pronounce that German or Hermann? All in one. Okay, so here we go. Put that number there. You got it? Got the number that you want to earn in the next 12 months. What are some of the numbers we got? Put them in there.
Put the number in and pop it in chat so I can see it.
Pop it in chat so we can see. What do you want to earn? Pick a number that you want to earn that you believe you can earn. Don't put the number in to impress other people in the chat, because then if you don't do anything next year, you're going to look kind of dumb. So put a number in there, make it one that is inspiring to you, obviously, but that you believe you can make. You got it? What are the numbers? We're going to have some numbers in there.
5,000. Somebody else has got 15,000 per month. Grace,
okay.
60,000. Is that a month, Grace? Pam says 10,000 a month. Christine, 25.
Yeah, this was in the next 12 months, how much you want to earn. So you can make the total number if you want, say, or a number per month. Okay, put that number at the top.
Yep.
Okay.
Jane says 250,000.
Okay, for the year. Got it. 5,000 per month. Great. That's 60,000.
12 months, 200,000 from Harry Edwards. Oh, and Harry, put your setting to everyone instead of hosts and panelists.
Otherwise, we can't see you. And what are some of the others, Vic?
20,000 per month. Larry, 15,000 per month. Kathy, 5,000 per month. That's it so far.
Okay. All right. Now, last year, in 2021, what did you earn from your business? Put that number there. Whoop, let's get my camera going.
And I know some of you are just starting, so you can laugh about that.
Okay, just put the number that you did earn. It'll be anywhere from $0, $35. Let me tell you something. I don't expect anybody here to have made very much money. That doesn't mean nobody did. You know, we have clients that make 100 grand a month and they come. Why? Because they want to make 200 grand a month in their network marketing business. But for the most part, the industry shows that I don't even think 1% of the people make enough to pay for their product. Their numbers are horrible, but there's a reason, and we're going to fix that right now. Okay, so what are the numbers for
We've
what?
got a couple of zeros. We've got a 2,500. We've got a 600 and a 1,500. 10,000 a month gross. German. That's his number.
So what you want to earn here, what you didn't earn here. Okay, here's the next part. Let's say that you want to earn 100,000 in the next 12 months. That's about $8,000 a month. Should we just pretend that for everybody? Say, yeah, that's a good number. If I can make 100 grand all of next year in the next 12 months. Okay, you're monitoring this, right? Now, underneath, let's so just put 100 grand, just put that in there. You watch my example. And let's say that what you did earn was $1,000 this last year. So you want to earn $100,000 in 2022. Are you with me? Say yes. I want to be sure. Yeah, whatever. Well, however you want to see it. Jenny, Priscilla, all of you, if you say you want to earn 8,000 a month versus 100,000 a year, the other way to look at it is, let's say that you earn $100 a customer, just pretend. Then you could say, I want to get 80 customers. I want to get 150 customers. What I want is 200 customers next year, or I want 500 customers. So I might get, say, 50 customers a month. Do you see what I mean? There are different ways you can phrase this. So your mind says, I want that. I want to help 50 people a month, right? And if you make 50 bucks each, well, then you're going to make, I don't know, 3,000 a month. Okay. So we want to earn. Yep. No problem. You just do whatever the most priorities are. If whatever you're going to do next is going to make you more than I'm going to make you here, go there. No problem. All right. No, just kidding. Just go do whatever you want. Okay. You earn $1,000. Okay. That means you are $99,000 in the hole. Why? You see that? You want to earn 100,000. Yes, we have that. Have we got this part?
Yep.
You earned 1,000. Okay. That means that there's $99,000 that you left on the table. Why? Why? Anybody know why? Why that is? You were negative. You lost $99,000. Why? That's what you lost by not learning how to earn what you said you want to earn. Got that? You have these numbers. I want to earn this much. I want to help this many people. And you're not there. So the cost to you every year, certainly for next year, is $99,000, because that is what you didn't get that you should have, because you didn't take the time to learn how to earn what you said you wanted to earn. Does that make sense? Does that hurt? Let me see if somebody's crying over this. Do you want to keep this the way it is? Or do you want to lose it again this year because you didn't learn how? You tell me yes or no. You want to lose that same amount again this year? That's the only difference. You see, that's the only difference. 99 grand is gone. Now, you know, some of you might have said, I made 5 grand last year. Well, great. Then you lost 95,000. Whatever you didn't earn that you said you want to is what you lost by not learning how to do it. So are we ready to learn how to do this now or not? Have I kind of sold you on this? There's a way to do it, and talking about it does not make you the money. Dreaming about it does not make you the money. Yeah, see, that's the trick. You got to do the reps, but you need to know what to do on the reps, what you're going to rep. Okay, so let's get the show on the road here. The income that you said on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is, well, if it's nice, if it happens, and 10 is the most important thing in the world to me. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want the income that you said? Just put some numbers in there. Want as in, I will do what it takes if I know the path, and I'll stop looking around. I'll stop screwing around. I'll learn to focus. I'll do the drills until I get good enough to do this. Okay. And you can make it lower, because the truth of this you'll see it tomorrow. If you don't change anything you do, then when you said a 10, it really didn't mean a 10, which means you can't trust yourself, which means you won't achieve much. You have to trust that what you say you will do, and you probably can. You just have to be willing to eliminate other things. Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you believe that you can do this if you go all in? If you go all in, how many of you think you can actually do this? That's what you want. Okay. And you want to do it because you want to make a difference in all these lives, right? All right. So let me show you how you can make preemptive offers and how you can really go fast finding people for your business and stop screwing around with all the wrong ones. Now, what I want to show you here, these examples are going to be whether you're on Facebook doing posting, messaging, DMing, and even if you're talking on the phone. You ready for that? How many of you do Facebook posting, or DMing, trying to get people interested? Just say me that you do if you do. I like to just, Vixie, is there like a lot of people of you doing that, or how many of you are there that actually do that? Try to reach out. You do phone or Facebook? What do you do?
It just says me, 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 me. They're all saying about half a dozen or more.
All right. So
And one says not anymore. German.
Well, you can do all these things. You can do email. Yeah, you can do email. You can do DMing. We do all that. We do messaging, all that kind of good stuff. Okay. It's just you need to know how to position yourself. You see. All right. So what do they tell you to post about or talk about right now in your companies? What do they tell you? Talk about the product. Am I right? I want you to add stuff. I made a list so we go a little faster. And now you tell me if this is what other stuff they tell you to post about, or that you post about. Product, company. Okay. How about this? Who's telling you to do content posting? Oh man, you got to do a lot of content posting. Look at the news and, see if you can somehow relate it and do the work doing nurturing posts. How about that? Doing nurturing postings, right? Yeah, German. Okay. How about these? Post selfies. Don't forget to do that. I did one the other day because I got a haircut, and I posted one because somebody said, do you ever not wear your hat? So I've been a hat person since college. So, I guess I just like hats. So I posted one without a hat. So, oh, we barely recognize you. But that's like 1 in 100 posts probably is a selfie. And it's just to let people know I'm actually real. How about motivational quotes? You guys do motivational quotes? What else do you? Company and product. Okay. Anything else that you guys post about that they tell you to post about? Anything else? How's that working? That stuff you're doing? Yes? No? Is it working? Yes? Or is it working? No? Or is it working some? What is your answer here?
Terrible is the first response.
Terrible, right? Okay.
Testimonial stories is the other one.
Testimonial stories. Now, those can be helpful, but it shouldn't be the first thing. Because why? If you do that, I had this great, let me tell you all about it. And they're going to know you're selling, right? Now, you all know people don't want to be sold. They want to feel like they're buying, like they're in control. Have you got that? But is anybody doing anything that's working for them? Getting people to say, oh, I'm interested. I'd like to know more. Can we chat? Is there anything you're doing that's here? People that are not in our programs already? I know you are doing that stuff. That is what we teach you how to do. Nothing?
Nothing.
Yeah,
yet.
nobody cares. Yeah, no, nobody cares. Okay, so let's figure out how to do this. Okay, you can also make friends and ask them how their life is going. Haven't we done that? And see if they have an ailment or some kind of money problem, so you can offer to solve that. Have you been taught to do that? Make friends so you can sell people? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Type, 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 type. You got it? Okay, cool. How's that working? How's that working for people? You're on that chat, right? I'll just keep rolling, Vic.
Just now starting. No, not.
Yeah, right. So here's the thing about us as humans. And Vicki was talking about this earlier, where I was really delighted to hear that. We are scanners. If you ever, when you get up and you look around, you're scanning for your toothbrush, you're scanning for the hairbrush, you're looking through your whole house for, where's that pink orchid I just started? There it is. Right. So we look through the whole world and we scan. We're always looking for something. If you open your cupboard, what are we doing? You're looking for the salt. And if you don't focus on the salt, if you already forgot because you're also watching TV and doing this other thing, you're going to say, I don't see the salt, and it's smack in front of you. Why? You didn't focus. But when you scan for one thing, boom, you find it. So we are scanners as humans. Why? Because we don't have time to look at every damn thing when we're looking for, I don't know, say the paper clip or the paper, the stapler. I'm looking everywhere for that. Do I stop to look at everything on my desk, like my little exercise ball that I have? Or do I look at, oh, here's my little AirPod thingy? And no, I'm looking for one thing, scan. So keep that in your mind. It's very critical to what we do. We know we do this. And so we market to the scanners. And we also know that we don't know what they're scanning for. So we're not going to take the time and talk to every damn person and say, oh, do you have this or do you have hemorrhoids? Or are you kidding? No way. We don't do that. None of that. And we're going to show you how to do preemptive posting. You can skip the whole thing. Okay. All right. We're scanners and we are eliminators. As humans, we have to eliminate all the noise so we can focus on a few things. That's the way humans are. It's when we as people try to do, oh, let's look at the news in Ukraine, and oh, let's look at Biden, and let's look at Clinton, and oh, and there are like 5 new courses. I need to review them all because let's see, I have a couple $100,000 or I have a couple $1,000. Maybe I could buy this thing or maybe I could buy that thing. In the meantime, you're doing none of this. You're getting better at exactly nothing because you forget everything you scan 5 minutes later, and you spend money and you don't have any money. And you're sitting there, well, crap, how come I don't have any business? And it's really subconscious. And the reason I can point it out to you is because I suffer from the same thing. So does Vicky. So we're human, you know? So you really have to have the fly swatter there, not to distract yourself, because distraction is much more fun than doing the work of the repetitions. That's why it's more fun. Let's admit it. But in order to get customers, you don't sign up people at the top of the pay plan just about every day, like we do and like Vic does, if you don't eliminate all the other people who aren't the right ones. Do you see? Are you with me? Tell me yes or no. Yeah. Let's see. All right, Vic, you got them, right?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Coming in. Lots of yeses.
We as humans, that's all of you, just want the information we are interested in. So that's number one. And we want it fast. So we'll show you how to do that. We only want what we want. Now, do you know what I want when I'm looking for online? I bet you not. Do you know what Vicky wants? Probably not. Do I know what you want when you're looking online? No idea. Carolyn, what are you looking for online? I don't know. Maybe a new hairdo. Who knows? Maybe I'm looking for a new hairdo. Maybe I'm looking for, but we don't know, right? And do I want to interview every single person to ask, oh, what might you need? Which is the old way of making friends so you can sell them later. Do you really want to do that? Let me see who says yes. I mean, if you want to spend your time like that, you be my guest. You'll grow old and you'll still be penniless, right? Gosh, there's so many, they're just going by too fast. You're going to have to track, Vic.
Yeah, I've got it. I don't want to.
And we,
no. They don't want to do that.
okay. So we want information that we are interested in, and we're all different. That's number one. And two, we want it fast. Number three is we want the thing that we're looking for, that we're scanning for, whatever the fix is, we want it our way. So we don't just want to go from fat to slinky. We want it the way we want it. That's why there are hundreds of ways to go from fat to slinky. There are fat farms, right? There are juice fasts. There are clean eating programs. There's this, there's that, there's that. So yes, we all, a bunch of fats want to get slinky, but we also want it our way. Else we hang up and we click off. Have you all got this? This is how we all are zoned in with our blinders on, we as humans, and we don't know what anybody, am I right? Have you all agreed with this? Because when you see this, you're going to flip. You got this?
Yep. Lots of yeses.
So we are going to play to that, give them what they want or not really fast so that we get who we want really fast also. Are we good with that? All right. So here's how we're going to do this. Remember, we all scan for what we want. So when you go out there and say, I got this great thing to sell, everybody wants it. You can see why there's a problem with that, right? Do you see why? You have no clue what they want. People often say, well, I don't know what to say. Well, of course not. You have no idea what the other person wants. And you have something to sell. How are you going to bridge that gap? Right? Am I right? So you don't want to do that. So we have the preemptive offer, which is misspelled here. Now it's correct. Who knows what preemptive means, by the way? There's a preemptive offer. And when you talk this way and when you post this way, nobody cringes when you say this. The way we're going to teach you how to talk and post right now, there's not a single person who will cringe, not a single person who will run away, not a single person who will say, oh my God, please don't contact me again, ever. You won't have that problem anymore, okay? By the way, you like this, Vic? Nobody cringed when I said this?
I love that. I love that.
Just made that today, because when I
That's a
mean, how
new-
many of you, pardon, Vic?
I
Go
said
ahead.
that's a new thing. I haven't
I
seen.
knew, just made it.
Yeah.
Yep, I just made it. Yep. Yeah, because you got to initiate the conversation, but you want to do it in such a way that, yeah, because you have to initiate, right? That's what we do, whether it's advertising, posting, right? We go first. But if they cringe when they see what you say or post, how far are you going to get? How many people are you going to sign up, right? What do you think? So let's put on our Facebook scanner hat first. We'll start with that, okay? I assume you all want to be able to say stuff where nobody will ever cringe or run the other way. Now, does that mean they're all going to say yes? Let me see if you have that. Does that mean they're all going to say yes or no?
No, 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 not at all.
Right? Okay, good. Just want to check.
Mhm.
It means that they won't run away. And that is, in our industry, 90% of the battle. It's not that you can't get them to say yes. It's that you can't get them to stop running away because the way we approach is so horrible. Everybody wants to run the other way. Nobody wants to be that person that does what you do. Let's face it, right? All right. Put on the scanner hat. What makes you stop and pause and click and check out the order page or go to a chat with somebody, right? Or book a call. And here's the thing. It's one of two things. As we scan on Facebook, right? Or on the news feeds, Facebook is a good place because we do a lot of work there. As we scan, we, in the back of our minds, it's not the forefront, but in the back, we have little problems. You know, my kids make too much noise and I scream at them and I wish I could stop doing that. You just have that in the back of your mind. Some problem, many problems that all of us have in the back of our mind, and we're putting them aside and we're going to go scanning on Facebook newsfeed, or we're going to read what the neighbors are saying. Or you see what I'm saying? So it's not a front of mind problem on Facebook. See, when you go to YouTube, most people go to YouTube and say, how do you learn network marketing? And they'll come to one of my YouTube videos. They're looking for a specific thing. But on Facebook, the problems are in the back of our minds. Do you all get this? I want to be sure you understand this. They're not front and center. So you have to kind of do a little tickle to bring that problem out to the front of their mind. You see, and I want to show you how to do that. Or it's either or some desire that they have. Okay. So problem is, oh man, I wish I could stop screaming at my kids, or I don't know, I wish I could grow my hair back, or I wish, there were more, whatever. I wish I could go to Ukraine or something and help the people over there. The mom with all the kids that are, I mean, it's this, but the number of people that are coming to support that country and what they're doing, I was reading about it today, it makes you cry. Humans have definitely the ability to destroy each other, but we also have the ability and a bigger capacity, I think, to help each other. And seeing what people are doing there, it just makes you cry. But so the desire, you want something to feel good, like a way to give money to those people, for example, right? But it's in the back of our mind. It's in the back, it's not in the front. So, and we want something, whatever our problems are, that is based on our values. All of us have different values. That's why some people eat appetite suppressant pills to lose weight, and other people change their whole mode of eating. Do you all see that? Tell me yes, you got that. Cassie, Christine, Priscilla, all of you. You get this? These are concepts that if you do not get them, you will market like everybody else and get nothing. Okay. And fast. Remember, we want to have it fast. So here's what we're going to, let me give you an example. Let's say that you offer a skincare product. Okay. Let's say it's $87 a month, which a lot of them are, I think, New Skin and Arbonne and Nerium, a lot of that, $87, $97 a month. Can you all imagine that you have, we're talking about a product now, it can be a business too, but now it's a product, right? It's $87 a month. That's your skincare product. We got that? What's the old school pitch? Oh, grandma or Aunt Lulu or, DM. Hey, this is, Lulu. Hey, how are you? Hey, listen, I got something. You're going to love it. It's breakthrough, the cellular level. Dr. Dingeling approved it. And it's this great skincare cream. You're going to you got to have it. Can do me a favor and buy it or try it. right? Are we there? This is standard. Is anybody not taught stuff like this? Yeah, right, Blair told me so, right? You got that? Say yes. All right. So they tried. Now watch what happens next. Used to, yeah, good. Yeah, the comments are coming in a little bit slower, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys are awake.
They're awake.
So here's what's going on. So they try it. They try it, okay? And they like it. And you, maybe they're, right? Oh, maybe. Right? Isn't that right? You kind of go, holy crap, finally want to get somebody. They like it. They like it. But they return it at the end of 2 weeks and they do not buy. And you went from up to down, right? And why? It's too expensive. That's what she says. And you go, well, they liked it. You liked it, didn't you? And then I tell you, Dr. Dingeling said it was good and it's a breakthrough and it works at the cellular level and blah, 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 right? They don't buy because it's too expensive. Okay. Who's experienced this before here on this call? Who has experienced this thing? You give it to somebody and they might even buy it. And then, right? Priscilla? Yeah, babe. And then the creeps return it. Right? Yeah. Now, here's what you don't know. And when I'm done with you, if you want to learn what we're doing, you will never have this problem again. I don't think we don't need, I don't even, unless we have made a mistake in the way we bring people in, we don't hear that. Right? And now here's what you don't know. Your thingy is $87 a month. Your own mother did this. Okay. Well, then your living well will be your best revenge, Priscilla. When you start making $4, $5, $6, $7, $8,000 a month, then your mom might, you can give it to her as a gift. So anyway, your product is $87 a month. We got this? Say yes. What you don't know is this. Hers is $6 a month Pond's skin cream. She spends $6 a month on Pond's. Hello. How likely is it that she's going to buy something for $87 a month when she's been happy for 20 years with $6 Pond's cream? Now, do you see how ridiculous this is? The person gets a no and they are crushed because the lady liked it. She said, yes, it's working. And then she says, no, I'm not going to buy it. Why? And the person, I've had people in tears say, Kim, why not? Why do they do this to me? Right? And because they have no idea. They've never been in business. They have no idea how to market. They gave the pitch from the company, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. Dr. Dingeling breaks through the cellular level. And the lady even liked it. Yeah, right? Give her an $80 off coupon, but then you're going to go broke, right? So what's the problem? See, you have to figure out how to never get too expensive again. You want to learn how to do that right now? I'm going to tell you right now, this minute. It's very quick. Who's up for it? Let me see who wants this.
Oh, lots of yeses coming now.
Okay. Here's the long way. There are two ways to do this. There really are. Yeah. All right. Here's the long way. You make friends with everybody first. See? That way you can find out what they've got in their cupboard or in their cabinet. Say, hey, open up your cabinet, tell me what kind of skincare you use and how are your hemorrhoids and how are the husbands and how are the children and blah, 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 right? So you make friends with everybody, which is, of course, the old way. It's called form. What is your, Vic, what's the F again? For form, I forget. O is occupation. R is recreation. Do you ever go out any place? Oh, family. Yeah. Family. Right. Does your family suck?
I forgot that one.
Yeah, right. Me too. So it's family. So you ask about how's the family? Oh, the wife's sick and she's overweight, or the husband's totally overweight. The kids are, flunking in school, and they try to pull out the bad stuff in your life. That's the whole purpose. Why? So they can say, oh, I have a fix for that. I can help you get a better family, or I can help you get the kid in private school, or I can help you get a better job. Forget the job, work with me, right? I can help you, your recreation, or you spent last week at the Motel 6. Oh, well, I went to the Ritz. That sort of thing. That's what they do. So you could do that and ask every person, hey, what's the skincare you use? And have all these long conversations if they'll tell you, right? There's an instant way. You want to know the instant way? You don't ask them what they use. Who cares about any of that, right? I don't care what any of you use for skincare. I'll tell you who I'd be looking for. If I marketed a skincare, which I don't, but if I did, I can tell you almost immediately how I'd market it so I would never hear it's too expensive. You want to know what that is? All right. This is called a preemptive post. By the way, do you know what preemptive means? Is to make sure that you close off the possibility for a negative thing to happen to you. It's been used in the military, right? Where they have preemptive strikes. So you hit on something in order to prevent it from coming to you. And what we're preempting is it's too expensive, and no's of every kind in the world. We preempt them all, which means we're not going to get them, and we don't. And here's how you do it. Okay. This is the preemptive post that we use. This is for someone, say you got your skincare. This is for someone who is obsessed about their skin. Got that? And here's another, and I can create these by the hundreds every minute for anything anybody has. And so can you if you learn how to do it, right? This is for someone who has facials and goes to the spa regularly. Do you think somebody who says, oh, yes, I'm obsessed about my skin, absolutely, it's the most important thing in the world to me. And yes, I have facials, I have an esthetician, I go to the spa, absolutely. Do you suppose such a person is going to say that $87 is too expensive? Who's got it? Who thinks that they're going to say that? Somebody's going to say that. Right? Of course you're not going to say that. This is a preemptive post. You call it out in such a way that all the wrong ones never even respond. And yet nobody is mad at you. Nobody hates on you. Nobody says, oh, you dog, how dare you, right? It's just, these are the ones, right? And you can do that for anything that you're doing. This is called preemptive posting. And I just want you to know that this can be done for anything. It's intended to preempt or forestall something. And what is the thing we're trying to prevent? A big fat no, it's too expensive. No, I don't want to do it that way. No, I want to yada, yada. Yeah, I'll tell you, we have a dear friend of ours who is a wonderful nutritionist, and she's a nutritionist to all kinds of cool people now. And sometimes we offer her book. She has a book, actually has 3 books. She's doing a 4th one on, it's called the Crazy Eating book series. You can get them on Amazon. And her whole thing is, when I marketed it, it was how to eat your way back to health. Notice, not how to pill your way, not how to exercise your way, not how to dream your way or weight lift your way. It's how to eat your way. If you want your health back and you want to eat your way back there, and you're not going to be doing rabbit food, believe me, this is who it's for, right? And that's what people who go to her website, almost all buy her book. Why? Because they want to eat their way back to health. But if somebody is looking for a quick pill so that they don't have an appetite, they won't go there. So I have preempted myself. I have forestalled all the no's, and the only people who go are the yeses, because I've described preemptively who it's for. You see that? And it's never everyone, because remember, people choose what they want based on their experience, their values at that time. People's values change, but that's how it is. Has everybody got this? Yes. So otherwise you're going to waste time posting, making friends with people who will never buy because they're not your market. You got that? That is what we do. And you can do this to the point where, and we have a lot of this on automation. So, all right, you good? That's really what I have for you. How many of you know that if you keep doing what you're doing nothing is going to change. How many of you know that? Nothing will change if you keep doing what you're doing. You got to do something different, because what happens is we don't know it, but you know, everybody's time here is limited. I don't know how many of you know this, but some of the news people that are over there in covering the war, I guess, have been killed. They did not expect to get killed, but suddenly they're dead. You know, they get hit by, because the other side is shooting cars with regular people in it. And so another one of them died today. He didn't know he was going to die. And we all think we're going to live forever. And the reason I'm bringing this up is, if you act like the doomed fly, you will definitely not change. And when you check out, you're going to be really, really, really sorry, you know, that you didn't change what you were doing. You know, and it's very hard to do, because we all think we know what we're doing because the upline says so. But I'm here to tell you, how many people here are making the money they want to make? Has anybody got a me or not me? Tell me, not me or me. Okay, who here? Is there anybody here making the money they want to make? I mean, you wouldn't be here, I suppose, if you were. And you may very well be on the path to the doomed fly path, you know? Yeah. What if you're like the doomed fly? What if that's what's happening to you, right? I'm going to read you a little paragraph. Have you heard the doomed fly story? You can't hear it often enough, okay? I'm going to read you a little paragraph of it right now. There's a guy who wrote a book, a little tiny book. Here it is, called the YouTube. Can you see it? See that YouTube? See that there? Right? YouTube. It's a little book. It's almost like 20 pages, 25 pages. I'm going to read you a couple paragraphs. He was on vacation. He's a writer, and he was on vacation. He's in a little cabin, you know, out in the woods, a little creek in the front of the cabin. And he's looking out the window, and his front door is open to the cabin. The front door is open, and because it's a beautiful day and the breeze is coming, and he hears little birds and whatnot. And he's looking out his window at the creek and the redwoods. And he says, there's a small fly on the window. This one I made of the windsill, but this one is on the window of the window in the cabin that he's staying in. He says, there's a small fly burning out the last of its short life's energies in a futile attempt to fly through the glass of the window pane. See, we all have very short life. Don't think you're going to go on forever. You don't, right? But it's this futile attempt to go through the glass of the window pane. The whining wings tell the poignant story of the fly's strategy: try harder, right? That's the strategy they teach you: try harder. But it's not working. The frenzied effort offers no hope for survival. How many of you know that the fly, if it goes against the window long enough, how many of you think it's going to make it through the window? How many of you think it's going to die? What's going to happen to that fly if they don't change strategy? Are they going to live or going to die? Which one? Live or die? Right? Just think about yourself as the fly. We're all flies in certain ways. Don't think it's just this fly. We're just as dumb, and we have a way bigger brain. The effort offers no hope for survival. The strategy, he says, the struggle is part of the trap. It is impossible for the fly to try hard enough to succeed at breaking through the glass. You cannot try hard enough doing the wrong thing. And that includes saying all the wrong stuff, right? Nevertheless, this little insect has staked its life on reaching its goal through raw effort and determination. The fly is doomed. It will die there on the windowsill. Have you got this? Okay. So he says at the end, why doesn't the fly try another approach? He says across the room, because he's sitting there looking, he says, look, over there, the front door is open. The whole door is open. He says 10 seconds of flying from the window to the door would set the thing free. It would go to the outside that's where it wants to be, with only a fraction of the effort that it's now spending banging against the glass, banging against the wrong people, banging against the wrong people, banging against the wrong people, asking the wrong people, saying the wrong things, right? How long do you want to keep doing that? That's what you're doing. We learned that. The minute we learned it, we changed. And he says the breakthrough possibility is there for the fly. It would be so easy. Stop banging against the glass and go out the door, right? But it doesn't do that. It just continues on with more of the same. And I'm reading you this story. He said the fly thinks this makes sense. So do we. We keep doing the same thing and we hope it's going to be different. No, it's not going to be different, right? Regrettably, it is an idea that will kill. Trying harder is not necessarily the solution to achieving more. And doing the wrong thing definitely is not it for sure. It may not offer any real promise for getting what you want out of life. Sometimes, in fact, it's a big part of the problem. If you stake your hopes for a breakthrough on trying harder than ever, it may kill your chances for success, right? That's this book. So that's my story for you. And if you don't change because you think you're doing it right, or you're so distracted that you don't realize you're doing the same thing, then you could end up like the doomed fly. And I'm assuming a lot of you don't want to do that. And I can show you, this is the end of the information I wanted to give you so you would know what the preemptive offer is. It's set up in such a way that you won't get what we're trying to forestall, which is all the no's, which create self-esteem. They're self-esteem busters. We figure it must be us. We can't do it. You won't hear any of that. None. Right? That's why we can sick Vic on our folks and she brings them in 1-2 a day at the top level of the pay plan. And we have done that for years. We just started another experimental team and that's what we're showing people how to do. Okay. So would you like to see how we do this? I mean, we have a couple of options, lower ticket and higher ticket options to work with us if you'd like to learn how to do this. And if you want to learn, I'm going to, give you this so that in case you realize that you might be a doomed fly, that you can change before you run out of steam and energy and will and motivation and courage. And you just say, screw it. Right? That's what you want. Okay. All right. So here's what we have in the big school. We have a big school program. Now, I'm a Harvard person, an MIT person, and a Stanford person, and all those schools are like 100 grand. We are not going to charge you 100 grand, but they charge 100 grand because they say we're going to change your life. I'm telling you, I know a lot of Harvard graduates who don't make much money. I mean, if they make 6 figures a year, it's a lot. Experts are often very poor. Many experts are very rich, like Tony Robbins. So you want to learn how to take what you've got and turn it in the limited time that we have into something where you see the path, which we will offer you. And then you're the hardest job that you have is to not be like the fly and keep doing the same thing you're doing right now. Turn, go out the window. And once you're out the window, learn to do the reps so that you become so good. And in a year, it might be a year. It took Elon Musk 10 years to get the first rocket, 20 years. Why do you think it should be 90 days? It won't be 90 days. You've got 50 years of doing something wrong. Now you have to do it the other way. It's like brushing your teeth with the other hand. It's going to feel pretty weird for a while until you, become by toothbrushing or whatever it's called. Does that make sense? You do have to learn it. I want to warn you. Big school. Okay. Big school has 4 pieces. We're going to teach you to attract. When you get somebody's attention, that is step 1. When you say, I got something for people who are, yada, yada, or if you want this, you could do that. I'll show you some posts if you want at the end where we make a post. I'll make a post on the page and it'll be something like, if you'd like to know how to talk to people in such a way that they thank you for having called them about your business, click here. I'm doing a live and I'll show you how to do that. Who wants to come? I think I got 150 requests. Can I have the link to come? Can I have the link to come? So what if that had been you? Can I have the link? Show me how you get that skin looking like that, or show me how to do your business like that, or show me how to do the oils. What are oils? They're pharmacy in a bottle. We know that because we love oils. So somebody who's doing oils told me. I have a bunch of them. So this is the attractor formula with your preemptive offer built in for you, for what you're doing. Okay. That's what so you attract the committed people. Okay. Next, we show you how to use a sowing machine, SOWING, so that you sow seeds. We have to be like Jesus. Look, if Jesus had to sow seeds, what makes us think that we are just not going to have to do that? We got to sow some seeds. You sow and then water, right? Do good things to them, give them helpful stuff. The ones who said, yes, me, not the rest. Only those who said, yeah, I want that, right? That's what you're going to do, and help those people. And then the third step is we give them a virtual magnet, which is, it can be a video or an audio or a PDF, where they get more help. If you want to lose 3 dress sizes in 6 weeks, watch this or do this, right? With people who want to do that without rabbit food or without, anti-appetite suppressants or anything like that. So we show you how to create those so that once you have a couple, you just give them to people and you don't do another thing. That's what we do. We built we just started experimental team, and I think we have, I don't know, 50 people or something, and half of them are from other people. We use a certain way to attract them and pre-qualify everybody. So we never talk to anybody unless they say, yeah, it's me. I think Vicky gets what, 9 out of 10 of those people in, something like that. Maybe 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Okay.
Almost
Yeah,
10.
yeah. So you have to learn how to do it. Just think doom fly. Am I going to keep doing what the upline says? Well, yes, if it's working. If it's not, do you want to stay that way? Do you want to be like the mother fly of the one that's in the window and they both drop dead? You ask yourself, right? All right. And then the last one is we have an enroller. What happens when somebody goes through the virtual magnet? They go, well, that's pretty cool. That's what I want. They have a chance to book an appointment. We'll show you how you can get a free booking calendar. What if you had a calendar and you got 5 appointments one day? 5 people want to talk to you about what you've got, and they're all pre-qualified because we've done the preemptive offer and all the qualification stuff. Do you see that? Tell me yes. Yoo-hoo. Who's got this? So you're going to, there's an enroller interview where you have a diagnostic template. You see how that would work? That's what we're doing. And then what's going to happen? You're going to have different problems. Yeah. You're going to get a team. Suddenly you have to think, oh my gosh, there's a whole team. That's what we did. We got a team that's like, oh gosh, what are we going to do? Get a group, get a Facebook group, set up the Facebook group, right? Start posting in the Facebook group. Why? What are we posting? People's successes. There was one lady in there, I think she's put in 5 people at the top of the pay plan in 2 weeks. I mean, these people are totally rocking it out of their mind. Many of them have never done anything that they were proud of in 10 years in this industry. See, so when this approach resonates, not if it doesn't, but for those of you, a few of you, if it really resonates and you want to be this person because you already are it, and we're just going to help it come out of you, then you want to talk to Vicky about this. Okay. Then what? Then you're going to get a team. Then you're going to have friends asking you for money because guess what? You're going to have some. Oh my gosh, can you give me a loan, a couple grand? Yeah, I'll give it back. Yeah. That's what happens. And then you can spend some money on crypto if you want, or gold. I guess gold's gone through the moon. I don't know if Evelyn's here, but Evelyn, if you've been stocking up on gold, I think it's like what, 2,000 an ounce now or something. All right. Fun. If you want to learn how to do this, the next step is if you'd like to work with us to help you implement these things so you can become a person who does this way, this approach. There are 2 things to do. One is go to maxout.com/pick-me. So maxout.com/PICKME. That's all jammed together. That's for for my podcast folks. And then you get a little form like this, a little application to work with us. Okay. Your contact information, why you want to work with us, what your goals are, where you are right now, and what you think the issues are that are between you and getting what you want. Remember we talked about that at the beginning? Yeah, because you want to make 100 grand next year and you made 1,000 this year. There's a $99,000 loss because you didn't learn how to make that money. Or there's an $80,000 loss. Okay. So I want to know, where do you want to go and what do you think has kept you from doing it? And many times it's that you can't focus. Well, you're going to learn how to focus, right? Or you don't realize that you have to do reps. In order to get those muscles looking good and get rid of the flab, you got to do reps. And that means reps talking to people. That means you'll flub it up. But pretty soon you kind of get, oh, I got it right. Did you know actors flub up their lines? Did you know Tom Cruise, who used to be paid before he became a producer? I think after Top Gun, he became like a big banana, and he was making, I don't know, $20 million a movie. He would flub his lines, and they were lines that had been written on a screenplay, and he would have to go back into the studio and loop them back in. So if you think that you're supposed to be some kind of gifted talking person and they're all going to say yes, just remember Tom Cruise being paid $20 million a movie at that time. Now it's way more. And he flubbed his lines so bad that they had to go back into the studio when the whole movie was shot. And during editing, he had to go back in and loop it just on the voiceover. So it takes a little doing, okay? And if you want to get in line first, because we only take a few people for the big school program, we have a couple of other options, but for the big school program, it's a transformational process. You become the person with habits and attitudes and reactions that can earn the income that you said for the last 5 years that you want to make every year, which you have never made or gotten close to. That's number one. Number two, if you have built a team before of 500,000, 2,000, 5,000 people, and they're beginning to wither away, this program also will help you. Okay. And then we have a couple of other options for people that want to start a bit lower level than this one. Like I said, it's not 50 grand or 100 grand, but it's a transformational program. And so we want you to commit, and we won't take you if you don't commit, right? Because we want to have good success stories and good transformations. And if you want to connect with Vic right now, Vic has you can message her. I believe she's available right now, Vic, right? Can you take a message?
Yes.
Put in your phone number there so people can message you.
I've got the link. It's a clickable link in case you want to go, check with me now, and you can text me. So you pop right up to my phone, which I have right here. Text me. I'm in Pacific time. So if you're in Easter time, I'm still way earlier than you. So there's plenty of time yet.
Yep.
So either way.
So what I would say for those of you who wants to continue being the doomed fly, if you don't, book with Vicky. However, only book with her if you feel like if you put yourself into it, you could make it work. And if you focus, you could make it work. And if it gives you pleasure to think of the people you can help with your product and your business, who right now are without your product and without your business. People who are struggling, like, let's say a year from now, you're making even 50% of your hoped for income next year. How many people could you help do that the following year now that you've learned how to do it? Right? Vic, tell people what happened when you learned this different way of approaching people, since you were in network marketing even before I was.
I think I was the doomed fly, Kim.
Well, how many others here feel like you're a doomed fly right now? If you don't change, you are a doomed fly. Who feels that? Let me see. Who feels like they're the doomed fly right now? Right? Yeah. So Vic, please tell that story.
I'll just say, confession it. One of my greatest fears was talking to people. I just really was shy, but I knew I needed to do something in this industry. I liked the industry, but I couldn't figure out why I couldn't make it work. And why are 95% in network marketing not making it? There was just some kind of disconnect. Plus I was shy. How am I going to talk to people and bring them in? I can't talk to anybody on the phone. I can't talk in a group. And I ran into Kim in a presentation somewhere. And I thought, man, she doesn't talk like anybody I've ever met. There's no icky and there's no seller talk in it. So I approached her after and said, I want to be your student. I took her on, and I will tell you that my whole life transformed the way I thought. Whatever it was I spent my time in, I had to eliminate a lot. And back then I was even stepping over socks to make it. But what she did was gave me skill sets that had no icky language in it ever again. And I decided to do these reps. Oh, it was a plague at first. I'm telling you, it was not easy. Learning these reps and doing the language the way she taught and positioning it differently, suddenly my shoulders relaxed, my voice felt better. The person listening to me talk leaned in, and they weren't running away from me anymore. So over the years, as we got to where we decided to automate, I got off the phone. I didn't have to do the phone anymore, which I did the reps with. So I got good at it. But now with this automation system that Big School has, the Big School process has an automation feature. So it does the talking for me in a sense. And so I only talk to 10s. I got used to talking to window shoppers. Now I'm just talking to 10s, 9s and 10s. So when I get with them, the values are, they're looking for the same thing. The values are the same. And we get together and it's just fun, feels good. You get up every day thinking, oh, I'm in the right place. This is great. And I feel like I'm giving the industry a lift as well. So there's no more doomed flies coming to us. Well, they are. They're doomed flies when they come in. I should reposition that. But suddenly they find the window. Oh, there's the air. I can breathe and I'm free. And so I think she just needs to live to 1,000 years, Kim does. And all of us to lift the industry together, stop being doomed flies, because the industry's got a lot of doomed flies. So this kind of sets you free, gives you the time back you want. You talk to the right people, your self-esteem goes up. It did in my case. Confidence is up. And you just like life again. And that's why I'm still here 30 years later. I like this. I just want the industry to reflect it. So thank you, Kim, for what you have brought to us and brought to me. Changed my life from my head to my whole being. What I put in my mouth, what I put in my ears, and what I think about, what I let my eyes see. It's all about what Kim has taught me here. So the last piece is the Big School. The Big School just saved my time. No more time suck on the phones for window shoppers. It's really positioning. Back to you. That's my story.
All right, good. No, totally. All right. Does anybody here have any takeaways or any questions? What have you taken away from this? Like, for example, Priscilla, what's your takeaway from this? Or Kathy or Harry? Some of you guys that I haven't seen here too often before. What are your takeaways? Let me hear. What are you taking away from this?
See. 4 pages of notes. Specificity.
All right. Yeah, because if you're not specific, that obviously is not going to work.
I need to learn new ways of doing this business.
Yeah. And the question is, how soon do you guys want to start doing it differently? How soon, how long do you want to wait and stay the way you are? Who here doesn't mind waiting as long, another year or so? Well, maybe next year I'll start. Who would like to make the change in their life and start something immediately instead of later? Who's ready, like right now? Okay. What I would do is book a time and talk to Vic and tell her where you are and what you want to achieve. And we will refer you if we can't help you. Believe me, we don't need anybody we can't help. And we have a couple of options depending on how fast you want to go. So just book a time with her and connect with her. And she will advise as to what you might do, given what you bring to the table, the time you have, the urgency that it is. And if you are somebody who's taking a lot of energy like the doomed fly, and you have no chance of success. And so you want to take that energy and move it to something where you will have a chance of success. That's really the question. How long do you want to stay the way you are? And if you book a time, what will happen is we'll assess the situation, give you our best. Here's what we think. And if we think that you meet the criteria for one of our programs, and like I said, we have different levels, we'll recommend one, and then you can decide what to do. How many people want to stay the way they are right now? Let me see. Who says it's okay? Who's afraid to book a call because you think, oh my God, I'm going to be exposed? Who's afraid to book? Who wants to book but is afraid? Let me say me. Because if most of you are not where you want to be, am I right? You've all said that. You all should be booking a call with Vicki. You're the luckiest people in the world to be able to talk to her for 10 or 15 minutes. That's all she's going to give you. And if you're not doing it, you're telling me that either this doesn't resonate with you, which is fine, or you want to be the doomed fly a little longer. So what are you waiting for? I want to know, what are you waiting for? The call's on the house. Do you really want this or not? Do you really want to change or not? Do you want some advice on the house? Yes or no? Book? You're crazy if you don't book. Let me tell you, Harry, booking, good for you. You know, you have to get on, stop being such a chicken. Book the call, for God's sakes. Nobody's going to bite you. You're lucky. And if you keep being a chicken and you keep delaying, you have just defined yourself as a doomed fly. That's what you've done. If that's okay with you, it's okay with me, believe me. You know, when the maid comes, they sweep out all the dead flies from the bottom of the windowsill. If that's what you want to be that. I would never be that. I'd at least call and see. Because sometimes you have to get up on the diving board, you know? And a lot of people, they look at the pool, they go, oh, the steps are pretty high. It's like, get your ass up there and just stand, get used to it. Yeah, okay. And then you go up the steps and go up the steps, up steps and up the steps. We're all chicken about something. It's okay. But here's a chance to get off the windowsill. Because if you stay there, you're done. You're never going to have a business. Nobody who stays on the windowsill has a business that works. And the mistakes we make in our industry, network marketing, that people make them in affiliate marketing and internet marketing, they're afraid to even sell stuff to people. And of course, why not? If they teach you, oh, you got this great thing. Oh, Aunt Lulu, you're going to love it. Do me a favor and buy it. I have a new business. Of course, you're going to get dumped on. You may take advantage of all the people that know you and care about you, and they don't want to say no either. So the whole thing is wrecked. But if it's Aunt Lulu, yeah, listen, I have this business. However, I'm not going to ask you for anything. I know you're not going to buy anything. I don't want to sell you anything. But if I tell you what I've got, would you tell me if you know anybody? That's called a preemptive phone call. We do them by the dozen. We never get hung up on. Why? Because we tell them right away, it's not for you. Don't worry. You couldn't even have it if you asked me. No, not you. I just want to know if you know anybody. When we have people calling lists, we have them call the deadbeats first with that same script. And we get all kinds of people saying, oh my God, I want to know about that. Really? Yeah. We had somebody say the other day, the lady said, this is my list. And somebody else gave it to her. That was a set of friends, common friends, and said, these are people that'll never buy. So go ahead and call them. And she called them the first two bought. You see, it's not about persuasion skills. No. It's if you're somebody who's like this and you want this and you haven't had this before, tune in. If not, let me know if you know anyone. And you have to be really specific about what you can do for people. You see what I mean? Yeah, it's totally there. Mr. Clark, how are you, sir? Okay, anybody else gonna get off the dime here and make a booking and get some advice on what you can do? Vicki, what about you?
Yeah, I've got you,
Come
Blair.
on, lady.
I've got you, Blair, and Harry, you're coming in, so I got you.
Good. Don't be afraid. You know, being afraid is just a mark of delay. And you're going to delay and delay and delay. And you delay until you drop. Don't do that. Don't let delay get you. It gets everybody, but don't let it get you. You know, Jeff Bezos had a story one time about what's most important to him in his life. And this is before he got all full of himself with going off to the moon or whatever he's doing with his money. But when he was still, you know, a guy that was easy to like, he said, you know, the number one thing that people worry about often is what regrets they're going to have. And so he said, the way I solve that problem for myself is like, what should I do? This is the question. What should I do? Should I book? Should I not book? Is she going to like eat me alive, or I'll be all embarrassed because she's going to see I'm a big failure. We're all failures based on where we want to be. You know, so what you do is you go to the next step, right? You take the next step, and pretty soon it's like the little baby eagles. You know, they have to learn to fly, and they don't know how to fly when they start. They're all excited to fly, and then they have to hop on the mommy eagle's back, you know, who takes them flying, and then she shakes them off, and they are out there going, oh, what are you crazy? Why are you dropping me like this? And the little eaglet drops down to the ground. It goes, you're going to keep, why are you killing me? And the mommy comes right at the bottom, boop, boom, catches them up, back to the nest they go. Over and over and over until at some point the little one gets knocked off the mama's back and flies and thinks he's going to die again. And suddenly, there it is. Caught the wind. And that's where the song, I believe I can fly. That's where that comes from. And you have to go through those processes, being scared out of your wits. And somebody catches you. That's us in this case. And pretty soon, you got to lift yourself. And there's not an eagle I know of that didn't learn to fly. And there's not any we know of that didn't get scared out of their wits when they were about to crash and the mom came right underneath to pick them up. That's your opportunity right here. Okay. All right, Vic, you probably booked to the gills.
I'm good. They're coming in. I'm texting.
Yeah, totally. And we can help you.
No more doomed flies. Let's get rid of them.
Yeah, no more doomed flies. I mean, you have nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
As far as I can see, if you stay on the path, doomed fly is what picture comes. Okay. And if you don't want to be that, have a conversation first. Everything starts with the decision. Make a small one, get on the phone, have a short chat because she's only got 10 minutes, 12 minutes per person. And if we can help you, we will show you how we can. If we can't, we'll recommend what you could do instead. We won't leave you. Okay. All right, you guys, we're good to go. All right, Vic.
Oh, thanks.
You're rocking and rolling, girl. And thanks for bringing everybody in today. Holy crap. She's just like our machine here.
It's been a good day. Good
Yeah,
couple
and
of
if
days.
somebody wants to know about that specific experimental team we're doing, ask Vic about it. That's only if you're footloose and fancy free. You know, if you're happy where you are, for God's sake, stay where you are. We'll show you how to build what you've got. But, you know, every now and then people are loose and fancy free and looking. And if you are, you can ask her about it.
Mhm.
Or see if you qualify first, even beyond the team. But that's certainly an option for maybe one or two of you. Okay. All right, you guys.
All right, Blair.
Thank
I'm
you very
calling
much.
right now.
All right. Talk to you soon. Blair, good buddy. All right, Vic, we're saying bye-bye.